Hello and welcome. In this session, we will be talking about identifying and maintaining healthy friendships. My name is Helaine Larach, and I'm a school psychologist at Shady Grove Middle School and Julius West Middle School.
Hi, my name is Kim Medina. I am the school psychologist at Kennedy High School. So, what is a healthy friendship? All healthy friendships have three commonalities: open communication, mutual respect, and healthy boundaries. In general, when we're talking about healthy friendships, it's about taking time to listen and be present in conversations with one another. It's about considering each other's points of view, even if you don't necessarily agree. It's about taking accountability for your own actions and faults that may come up within that friendship. And it's also about it also requires space. So making sure that you have healthy boundaries with that friend is a great way of making sure that each person feels safe and secure within that relationship.
We're going to watch a short video about healthy and unhealthy relationships via maze.org.
Oh, you won't believe the day I've had. It was so terrible. Casey, who's supposed to be my best friend, promised me that we'd go to the mall after school. Later, she texted me that she couldn't go, so I went with Nicole, my almost best friend, instead. But then, at the mall, just next to the food court, you won't believe who I saw. That's right, Casey. And she was with Nathan, her new boyfriend. Ugh, I hate her. I'm so lucky I have you. You're such a good listener.
Now that you're in your teens, you may feel like you want to spend less time with your family and more time with your friends. During this time, some of your friendships may deepen while others might fade away. And some of your friendships may even become romantic. Being in a healthy relationship, whether a friendship or a romantic relationship, can be fun, but it can also be complicated. So here are some rules to follow to make sure your friendships are healthy. In a healthy relationship, each person supports and encourages the other. Real friends want to know what you're thinking and feeling, and they'll be interested in what you have to say. It's okay to have disagreements, even in a healthy relationship, but it's important to do so respectfully and talk openly about it with each other. Sometimes in a relationship, you'll need to compromise. But in a healthy relationship, the same person should not be the one who always compromises. It's important for both people to give and take. Finally, it's important to treat your relationships with care. And if a friend or romantic partner makes you feel small, teases you, or physically or sexually pushes you into doing things that you don't really want to do, then this might not be a healthy relationship for you. Remember, a healthy relationship, whether just a friendship or a romantic relationship, should make you feel good about yourself and who you are. After all, you are pretty great.
Okay, so enough about me. How was your day? Oh, you won't believe it.
Okay, so in the video, they talk about mutual respect in friendships. But what is mutual respect and what does it look like? Mutual respect is the recognition that two or more people are equal and valuable contributors to a relationship. Mutual respect is very important in any relationship, whether it's with a friend, a family member, or an intimate partner. Having mutual respect in a relationship allows for everyone to feel worthy. So what does it actually look like? First, it's about demonstrating trust. This means that you both trust each other with your personal thoughts and feelings, that you both will be truthful to one another and not lie, and that you both believe what the other is going to do in situations. It's about being mindful of how you communicate. So it's important to be open and honest in relationships, but how you communicate those ideas and feelings are important in getting someone to actually receive it. So how you say something is equally, if not more important than what you say. Make sure you know what your friend is comfortable with and what they are not. We will talk a little bit more about this in depth in the next slide. Be reliable and accountable. So have you ever had a friend who flakes on you every time you make plans? What level of trust do you have with someone who constantly cancels plans on you? And what about those people who make plans with you and then all of a sudden stop responding to you when you're about to go? So following through with plans that you've made is important in keeping trust in a friendship. It shows your friend that you are someone they can depend on to be there and that you respect their time. So if you make a plan with a friend, show up. Of course, there's going to be times where you're going to have to cancel. So when that happens, apologize, reschedule, and make sure you plan for the next time when you're actually free. Appreciate your differences. One of the greatest parts of friendship is getting to see things from someone else's perspective. It's okay to have different ideas, interests, or opinions. Sharing those differences can be powerful and help each other to grow into more empathetic and understanding individuals. Getting to know yourself. So friendships can help you learn a lot about yourself. Getting to know yourself will help you become a better communicator and friend, and ultimately will lead to more happiness. And then also encourage time apart. We'll talk a little bit more about boundaries in the next few slides, but sometimes we get into friendships where we feel we're losing our identity. Make sure you leave time for yourself, family, and other friends, which is very important.
So we're going to talk a little bit about open communication. Communication is a key part of building a healthy friendship or relationship. Below are some different ways to keep that open communication between you and your friends. The first one is speak up. Holding in your feelings can lead to other issues in a friendship. Letting your friend know how you are feeling in the moment can help clear the air and allow you both to work together to come up with a solution. Respect each other. Everyone's feelings should be valued. Let your friend know that their feelings and opinions do matter. Even if you don't always agree with their point of view, letting them know you are willing to listen and trying to understand shows a mutual respect for each other. This leads to compromise, which was discussed a little bit in the video. Disagreements are bound to happen amongst friends. They are a natural part of friendship. However, it is important to learn how to compromise. Compromising is about finding solutions to make each person happy, but you might have to sacrifice a few things. Be supportive. This means encouraging each other to be the best versions of themselves and being there for each other during difficult times. Friendships and relationships are about building each other up, not putting each other down. And lastly, know the other person's limits. Many friendships involve different personalities and different values amongst friends. Over time, you will learn what your friend feels comfortable with. Some people have difficult time understanding sarcasm or become offended easily, even if you were just trying to be funny. We have to pay attention to people's reactions and see what might not make someone feel comfortable. Looking for social cues is really important. So now we're going to talk a little bit about healthy boundaries and how to set them. I'm going to first discuss what are some common reasons for setting boundaries. First, when you are overwhelmed, sometimes we have friendships where someone always seems to be the one in need, even though you might also be in need, but they're not noticing that. That's a time to set a healthy boundary. Another one is that your availability has changed. You might not have as much time to spend with your friends as you did before because you might have to help babysit a sibling now. You might have started a new job or you joined a sports team. So your priorities have to change a little bit. You don't feel safe to share. As we kind of talked in the previous slide, when you share your feelings and you feel judged by your friends, that's a time to set a boundary and really open that communication with them. And then lastly, you don't appreciate their humor. So you need to communicate your feelings with them so they understand that you're not appreciating it. So here are some ways to set those healthy boundaries. The first one is opening a dialogue. If you're starting to get frustrated or annoyed, open a dialogue with your friend about what you are going through, explaining what's bothering you and how you would want to change it will lead to a dialogue between you and your friend, and that can hopefully lead to a solution. Be explicit. To set solid boundaries, you have to be able to explain exactly what the problem is. Saying something like, I need you to stop acting like everything is about you, doesn't really give your friend anywhere to go. You have to be more specific. You can say something like, I need you to listen to me more often. I feel like a lot of the times you're only talking about yourself. That gives them something more to work with. Using I statements is also important. When setting boundaries, you want to let them know how you are feeling. So instead of focusing on their problematic behaviors, you want to center the conversation around how it makes you feel. Emphasize the value of your friendship. Emphasizing how important the relationship is to you and that you're having this boundaries conversation specifically because of how much you value the friendship. And lastly, offer alternatives. Giving alternatives that still meet your friend's needs can help maintain your friendships. For example, say that you are overwhelmed with the constant texting. You could offer having a standing phone date once a week so you can catch up and their needs are still being met that way.
So we've talked a lot about identifying and making healthy friendships, but what about maintaining friendships? Maintaining long-term friendships can be challenging. You may go from seeing a friend every day at school to then all of a sudden not seeing them because they've either moved schools or they graduated or whatever other reason. You'll notice that as you move through different stages of your life, that friendships shift and some might even disappear. But how do we stay close to those friends that we find most important? First, maintaining communication is really key. Social media is great for connecting and keeping in touch with friends, but it's not enough to sustain a long-lasting relationship by itself. This means that you need to try and see your friends as much as you can. Setting up video calls or making plans to spend a day or two together will allow for your friendship to actually continue to grow. Using you greetings. So we talked a little bit about I statements. Well, there's also you greetings. And basically this means people love to talk about themselves. If it's been a while and you aren't sure what to talk about with your friend, just start asking them questions about what they've been up to and what they're doing. By listening and asking them follow-up questions about themselves, you'll be able to quickly reconnect. And this can also help your friend think of questions to ask you back. Don't be too hard on your friends because people change as they get older. They have different life experiences from you, different situations that come up. And so you'll notice that your thoughts, your interests and opinions may have changed from your friend from a while ago. And that's okay. Just like you've grown and changed, so have they. While you may not agree with everything your friend now thinks, you can still have a healthy friendship with them. So focus on your shared experiences and positive past memories. And then take advantage of big events. Anytime there's a big event, whether it's a birthday party, a New Year's party, a reunion, whatever, make the effort to actually go. These events are great ways to catch up and reconnect with friends in a relaxing environment. And it's also a really nice way to make new friends with other people along the way. Lastly, there will be friendships that fade and disappear throughout stages of your life, and that is okay. Not all friendships are meant to last forever. So remember to stay in touch, show up, and connect. So this, we've talked a lot about healthy and unhealthy friendships. This is just a table going over the things that we've already talked about a little bit. So we're going to go over some of these right now. Having a healthy friendship means that you and your friend feel good about being together. There's no feelings that get hurt. No one makes each other sad or upset. It's just an overall good feeling with one another. There is an equal amount of give and take between the friendship. There's not all one person, it's not all one-sided or one person giving and the other person taking. You actually feel safe around your friend is really important. If you feel uncomfortable around your friend, you know that there's something unhealthy going on. That you have trust and respect for that friend and that they have trust and respect for you. That you feel like you can be yourself around that friend is a really good indicator that, it's a healthy friendship. And you want to actually spend time with them. So if you're starting to feel like, it's too heavy, or, you don't really want to spend that much time with that individual, that may be a sign that this has become an unhealthy friendship. And that is it for us. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your school psychologist within your building. All of you have school psychologists. And these are the citations for this presentation. So thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful rest of your week.